Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the 17th of July, heading home at 10 to 6. Not too bad really, is it? Not for me anyway. Oh yes, they've got a skip. You can tell they've got a skip because it's all over everywhere. Right, let's head to the parcel drop and shove all those parcels in a locker. It's been a pretty good week again, actually. Busy, a lot of returning customers, some big orders for coffee. Had one customer come back, and they used to take 10 kilos at a time of one of my espresso blends, and they said, "Oh, I tell you what, we'll take 30 kilos this time." so that was a sudden rush to get the big roaster going again. But hey, at least I've got that 30 kilo capacity there and ready. To get it done. So that was good. Got it out sort of the day after they ordered, so they didn't have to hang around and wait very long. Let's pop down here, park up on the parking bays that are down here where you're allowed to park, because there's parking bays here. And park here for the closest. There's not so many parcels, so I won't be very long doing this, but shall drop the parcels and then come back for Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom. See you in a minute. Okay, back from dropping those parcels off. The good thing being I don't have to wear a mask while doing it. Bit of a bonus. So, let's quickly do Mr. Nellis's things to talk about on your vlog. So, Mr. Nellis says, me as I've been to Harold Park on Thursday afternoon. Lovely, Mr. Nellis. Me as I've watched E.T. Phone home. Phone home. Me and David as I and he are going to Studley Pike on Thursday. Now that'll be a good day out, Richard. That will be a good day out. Right, let's get heading off home. Having dropped our parcels off in a environmentally friendly fashion. So, yeah, it's been quite a busy week. I know I always say it's been a busy week, but it's always been a busy week because there's always lots to do. Yeah, there's been loads of orders, which is good. Shifted a very reasonable amount of stock, especially Monday and Tuesday. They were particularly busy days. Not quite able to sneak past then. And now I've got everyone coming. Always the way, isn't it? Oh God, the Mercedes! Oh, you could use your indicator though while going at like 60 miles an hour. What's it like? Just get past that learner that we didn't pull out on. So it has been a little bit of a busy day, a busy week. Roaster is going great. 30 kilo is going great, actually. Really getting used to it. Oh, just not quite there, were we? Not quite. Yeah, a little bit more, but never mind, eh? So yeah, the 30 kilo is going great. Got a good idea how it's running now. Getting on with Artisan and figuring that out, which is good. Obviously that's going to help repeatability, because building up profiles that I can follow from previous roasts to the next roast. Also, there's a lot of information you can put in on each record card for the coffee you're roasting. So you can put what you roast it to. If it's a blend, you can put all the constituent blends, so all the coffees that go into it, which will make it better. If I need someone else to be roasting, it's all going to be there available for them, the whole roast profile and everything. So that's going to be good in the long term. So that's going well. Little roaster, despite the fact I've been done 2 lots with the big 30 kilo this week, the little one did 6 batches on Tuesday. I mean 6. I did a load of big 30 kilo batches on Monday, and then dawdling. 6 batches with a little one on Tuesday, but I just needed so many different coffees. And then this is kind of the problem. I've got like 22 different coffees a roast now. And that is, it's just a lot, a lot to deal with. So, yeah, when people are just ordering odds and ends of 1s and 2s of different ones, it just makes it kind of complicated. So yeah, I had to do 6 batches of smaller ones, even though I got loads from all the big batches I did. It'd be kind of nice if the 30 kilo could do like a 10, a 10 and a 10 in one roast and split them back up afterwards. You know, if I could do an old brown Java and an El Salvador and a Mexican, 10 of each, but just in one roast, and then have it spit them all out in the different proportions afterwards, that'd be great. But it doesn't quite work like that, unfortunately. So that's all been going pretty good, and I've been setting up tonight. I've been ordering bits and pieces in to tidy up the sort of bagging area that we have the green coffee in, and whatever else, which is still like the raw concrete floor from when we moved in 12-13 years ago. So not like we never really did anything, and we kind of landed in the building and dumped all the stock and stuff all over the place, and then that was it, done. So we've never really improved it from there. So I've kind of thought now it's about the time to get going and tidy up everywhere, especially now I'm bagging up so much roasted coffee as well as green coffee, because of course green coffee is not so bad because people are going to cook it at 200 odd degrees before they do anything with it. So but with roasted coffee, it needs to be, we need to have everywhere lovely and clean and tidy. So I think it's a good time to get started and clean everywhere up. So starting with one area that I'm pulled everything out of today, so I can start putting some industrial, well, it's not lino, it's like rubber anti-slip flooring, but it is a bit like lino really, so I'm just going to chop it up and put it down like lino. But that's just to go with this bare concrete and tidy up all that sort of area. But I'm going to have to do some painting first, because there's a lot of that area that also never has seen paint. I started on the far end of it, which is the very first wall I did actually paint. But progress wise, I'm going to start from sort of the opposite of where that wall is and work my way around and do the painting, and then as soon as it's dried start the lino putting down, because I want to try and get as much of it done this weekend so I can put everything back so we can continue as normal. Because at the moment I've had to move out all the sort of tables and benches that we either use for the packing machine or that we use for storing bags of coffee on and everything else. And I've also tidied up loads and loads and loads of old spares and things from espresso machines, because back in when we moved in we did do a lot of
risk zone.
We sold a lot of espresso machines, had a lot come in new that needed bench testing, constantly needed spares for all the existing ones because we sold so many over the years. But latterly, of the last sort of 7 years, that's quietened down as more and more people selling espresso machines have popped up all over, especially all the internet sites popping up that doing everything at bargain prices if you'll just buy it boxed off them and stuff, and not like the old days where
Warning, risk zone.
people would buy them off us
30 miles per
and
hour.
I'd go and deliver the machine and I'd install it and I'd show them how to use it and everything. But nowadays everyone's going cheapy. Buy a box and fit it yourself and figure out how to use it yourself and the like. So, but we're doing more with roasters. Had more people this week to look at the 5 kilo. So the week before the 60 kilo. And this week the 5 kilo. So that's good. Got lots of inquiries. And yeah, it's all going well. Getting the place tidied up, working on that. And yeah, we should get there some point soon. So I know Chris UK is going to say, come on, where's the Hive news? Because I don't talk enough about Hive on my vlog, as he says. So exciting Hive news for me anyway. I'm not sure anyone else is going to be particularly excited, but I'm excited. I have finally got my full RPC node up and running. So that brings together the holy trinity of servers. 3 servers, one running HiveMind instance, which is a back-end database for the blockchain. And what it does is it feeds off the blockchain and fills it all out into a database. And then that's used for some sort of information on old posts and data and things that won't change ever. Instead of always having to query it from the blockchain, you can query it from this back-end database, and it's a little bit quicker than having to run queries all the time on the full blockchain nodes. So HiveMind instance, 1 server. I've got a full account history running. That was a bit of a job because the server I wanted to put it on, it was not having none of it. So I ended up having to put that on my biggest server, the new one I'd got. That I'd got the fat node running on perfectly, so I was moving the fat node to the other one, and it was equally a pain to get that running. Servers and things. Oh yes, it was so awkward. I don't know why stuff has to be so awkward. It worked so perfectly fine on 96 gigabyte server I had, but only used 60 gigabytes. And it was running perfectly and fine, but I could not get the account history, which does consume a lot more resources. I couldn't get that going. So I thought, right, I'll switch them round. And the full account history worked okay. It took a bit of going and messing about and fiddling with different settings and stuff, but it's I got there in the end. But the hardest was just getting this fat node back up and running, even though it should have just been exactly the same. I did exactly the same stuff. The config exactly the same, everything exactly the same as on the other one, but it just started off, it wanted to use way more, like double the RAM that it was in the other one. I couldn't figure out what was going on there at all. And then I got it going and it kept having crashing Steamd, which will probably be Hive D at some point in the future, but it kept crashing in that with something about it couldn't access this and that. I could not figure it out. I kept rebuilding the Steamd and changing things and whatever else, and I don't know, it was such a faff. But in the end, I got one build going because they all ran. All the builds finished fine and they all ran, but it just seemed to run into issues all the time, which I'd not had previously. I deleted all the dev share SHM. so the shared memory file, cleared all that, cleared as absolutely everything I could think of to get out of the way again, but it just, oh, it was such a faff. But I got it running, so that is now running, so our full account history. Go on, because you got really cheesed off the last time I went past you, didn't you? Well, it probably wasn't it was another one, but you know. So, all running, 3 servers, Holy Trinity, and they're all brought together through Jussie, which is a system that really, it directs traffic. So, that runs on the api.coffee.uk. So, I've got hivemind.coffee.uk for HiveMind. I've got hivefat.coffee.uk for the fat node, and then I've got hiveaccounthistory.coffee.uk for the account history, obviously. Made it kind of easy to understand what's going on there, haven't I, just? So, right, why is the people just like random? No, really? Seriously? Don't mind me. It's okay. I'm not in any rush at all. You just carry on your tweet while on your skateboard, while in the middle of the public road on a skateboard that you don't pay any taxes for. I pay my road tax. Darn it. These people. Honestly. So it's running. It's up and running. So I'm quite pleased. It's been a very, very hard job, to be honest, and very frustrating, but I got there. And that's sort of the icing on the cake, isn't it? After you spend chuffing ages, which I have done actually, many, many evenings and night times and whatever else, faffing about with it, I finally got it working, and now I can sort of just smugly go, I've got it working now. Yeah. Right, have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.